Well, hello again. Hello from my front porch. You've seen the porch out and back, so I figured we needed to be equal opportunity here. Allow me a benediction and a couple of announcements that may go on a little longer than ordinary, but just a couple items I wanted to touch upon. Number one, July 5th, don't forget that we'll have drive-in worship. Come as you are and stay in your car at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. Would love to see you there. On July 5th, we will also celebrate online communion. So please have the elements ready, the bread and the cup. Grape juice would be great, or any fruit of the vine would be terrific. So we'll all celebrate communion. We'll celebrate community in a most divine way. And so we hope that you can be part of that. I'm a little sad knowing that we're still kind of stuck in the phase in which we find ourselves. As many times as I've said that we're one day closer to gathering all together, I think we have a few more one days than I anticipated. There's a line in philanthropy often that says there are three answers. One answer is yes, one answer is no, and one answer is not now. And we heard this week, not now, and that's troubling, but it is what it is, and so we still gather in worship. Though the church doors have to be closed, the work of the church continues. Part of that expression of community is the last thing that I wanted to touch upon. You'll see that I'm in my neighborhood. This is my street in beautiful Pofftown. And we in Ignite are all about community. It's something we've always tried to underscore and always tried to emphasize. And so we've been thinking about that, Gray and Jim and Zoe and Camden and Marcy and the gang, forgive me, whoever I left out, Hannah and the crew. But what does community look like in this time of when we all have to necessarily be separated? What does community look like? And we were thinking about watch parties on Facebook, and we'd like to. We're not going to, Mark Zuckerberg. That's his stuff, and so we're not going to steal of that. But we would like to ask you all to consider what a worship party looks like. What would it be like if a household or two or three could assemble safely to gather together, to worship together, though the worship service would be online? What would it look like for everyone to gather? Be it Sunday schools, be it small groups, what would that all look like? So that's something we're going to be exploring in the next couple of weeks, and we want you to explore it with us. I spoke a couple of weeks ago about Acts 2:42. And I cited, Gray did too, of Acts 2:46, of what the church did in that time. They assembled together, they prayed for one another, they broke bread with one another, they worshiped together. We're in separate households, we've been dispersed, but we can all assemble together. But we need your creativity and your imagination and all of that. So help us out in that pursuit. What would a worship party look like? Let's all consider that. And now hear this benediction. May the Lord grant you peace. May the Lord be with you in all that you do. May the Lord watch over you and make his face to shine upon you and give you peace now and forevermore. Amen.